Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. I will be your toy commander here on Planet Zizzle. Planet Zizzle! Alright, so before we get on to today's cool review, let me tell you guys a couple of
space jokes.
Alright, so first space joke. Did you guys hear about the claustrophobic astronaut? Huh? Well, evidently he needed some space.
Come on!
Listen, I don't write these jokes. Alright, next joke. I have two today. So what kind of money or currency do they use in outer space? Huh? Well, they use, that's right, Starbucks.
What?
I'll take a strawberry venti acai lemonade. Light ice and hold the strawberries.
Ooh la la.
Alright, let's get on to today's cool review. So right here is Spidey and his amazing friends. It's also Marvel, and it's also a Disney Junior product, and it's peel, pour, and paint.
Cool.
That's right, today we're gonna test out my painting skills, which are not very good, but this ought to be interesting to see how well this Spider-Man comes out. Now, if you look on the back here, it looks like there's a mold of Spidey. We're gonna pour probably some type of plaster powdered substance. We're gonna mix with water, I'm guessing. And we're gonna pour it in here, let it sit. And then we're gonna take it out and then we're gonna paint it. Now it comes with these color paints, black, red, yellow, blue, and white. So, and it comes with a paintbrush. And on the front it says fun and easy to do. So let's go ahead and take it to the unboxing table and begin our cool little, activity. Let's go. Whoa, Spidey, go! Nice of you to drop in there, Spidey. Alright guys, here we are at today's Planet Zizzle unboxing table, or should we call it the crafting table today, with our pour and paint Marvel Spidey and his amazing friends. This is a cool little craft, or, something fun to do, and there's a look at the back. Right here at the top, let's push this in. Let's see, I can see the serrated area.
Come on!
Alright, so let's peel off this label. Alright. Alright, so here is our bag of probably plaster, I'm gonna say. And then we have some paints in here. And look at this. Oh, we have to do better than this little brush. We have one downstairs we're gonna pick up. It's better than that one. Let's move this camera down a little bit. So what else we have in here? Let's see, some instructions are in there somewhere. All right, we're gonna need to take this whole thing off because this is our Spidey mold right here. We're gonna need to fill up. All right, so let's see what the directions say. So this set includes one bag of plaster mix, 6 paint pods, and that little brush. All right, so let's get started. Find a flat surface and cover it with a protective or throwaway mat or something like that. Let's do that. I'm definitely gonna need a mat. So let me dig in my box over here, and I have this rubber or plastic mat. We're gonna pick up everything and put it right on the mat. That way we don't ruin the table. Let's put the paints in the back. I don't know how long this is gonna take to dry, but we'll find out right now. So, pour the entire bag of plaster into your bowl. So we're gonna need a bowl. Add 3/4 of a cup or 6 ounces of cold water. Make sure you have the correct measurements on these. Use a disposable mixing stick or spoon. Stir until the mixture is an even and smooth consistency, kind of like, frosting. While mixing, occasionally tap the bowl on the work surface to eliminate any bubbles. Yeah, we don't want any bubbles in our Spider-Man.
No.
Before pouring the casting material, make sure that the mold is sitting flat on the workspace. Yeah, we have a pretty flat workspace here, no problem there. Let's see how long it takes to dry. All right, so here's the problem. We have to wait overnight for this thing to dry, so we'll do half the video today and we'll finish up the painting tomorrow. All right? Any spilled excess material should be thrown into the garbage. Do not flush down any drains. That's right, because this stuff will clog your drains.
Oh no!
Okay, so after we take the mold out, then we're gonna start painting it. So, let me go get the water, and then we can get this thing mixed. All right, guys, we are back with some materials. I have my 6 ounces of water, or 3/4 of a cup. Now, I have some additional paintbrushes. Now, you don't need to have these. I guess if this is all you have, this will be fine. This will just help me out to get things done a little bit faster because it will cover more surface with these. Alright, so I have this to mix with. Now you don't have to use something like this because I'll wash everything off. But right here it just says Santa's cookies. Alright, but you can use whatever you want, you know, popsicle stick or whatever. And I have just a glass bowl. Alright, so according to the directions, we need to pour the water and the powder at the same time. Why, I don't know, but alright, we're gonna cut this powder right here. Now let's hope it all fits in this bowl. Let's pour them both at the same time, I guess. Here we go. Alright, so it's all in there. Now, see, I told you it was gonna make a little bit of a mess. Alright, so get that out of the way. Let's start mixing our substance here. Remember, it's gonna be nice and creamy, I should say. Not creamy, but you know, nice and smooth is what we really want. Right now it's super lumpy, so we gotta mix. Spider-Man mixing his plaster. Spider-Man. Oh.
Oh,
gross. Boy, did
gross.
I just make a mess. Oh. Oops. All right, don't do what I'm doing, guys. Go slower. All right, make sure you mix everything. Get all these bumps. Smash the dish. See the bubbles that came out? You want to get rid of all those bubbles. Almost there, guys. All right, I think we're ready to pour it in because I don't want it drying. It's pretty smooth. As you can see, it kind of looks like whipped cream, right? All right, let's get our mold. All right, guys, we're ready to transfer the plaster into the mold. All right, here we go. Oh boy, it's very clumpy. Now this is actually a really good tool to get all the plaster out. Well, it doesn't really fill as much as I thought it was going to fill, but it says it should be enough.
Well, you don't see that every day.
Now make sure when you get all this stuff into this mold here, you give it a couple shakes to get all the bubbles out. Because you don't want bubbles. All right, let's do this. Let's just move it around. Get it nice and flat. There we go. As you can see, it looks pretty good. And we're on a flat surface, so there's no bubbles. So the next thing we need to do now is just put this aside for the whole night. But while that's drying, I'm gonna clean up my mess and we're gonna come back and we're gonna paint. See you tomorrow, guys. Woohoo! We are back the next day, so full 24 hours. And it's pretty hard, so it should be ready to come out. Let's go ahead and loosen it up. See if we can get this out. Oh, here it comes. Let's see, hopefully it came out perfect. Yes, no bubbles, and look at that. Spidey looks amazing. All right, so now let's put him down right here, and then let's set out our colors. Now we're just gonna copy this right here. It's the exact same, you know, Spider-Man pose, so it'll be pretty cool. All right, so let's go. All right, we'll start out with the red first. So what I'm gonna do is paint the whole thing red, then I'll go back with the black once it dries and do all the lines. All right, now that I have the whole thing red, next what I'm gonna do is fill in some details with the blue and the black, and then the base will be yellow.
Alright guys, well I warned you that I cannot paint, so I'm sure you guys can do a better job than me. My hands are a little bit shaky. Now I did notice when I shut all the lights out, it looks a little bit better because you can't see all the imperfections. But there's our Spidey. There he is, buddy. Woohoo! And you don't really need to do all this black like this. I just outlined it. But there it is, Spider-Man! Well, the amazing Spidey. But his friends are missing. But this is it for today's video, guys. Don't forget to share this video with your friends. Smash that like button. Or don't smash the like button. And come back to Planet Zizzle to keep the missions going. This is your Toy Commander, guys, signing off. And I'll see you guys on our next mission. It's now time for me to blast off out of here.